what percentage you think of voters are going to watch the entire thing on TV, on CNN, versus what percentage you think are going to get the highlight reels on Instagram and Twitter? What do you think?
I mean, I think it's overwhelming the percentage who will watch portions of it rather than the whole thing.
You think it's 80-20?
At least.
Okay, so who cares? So part of me is like, okay, go ahead. Do what you want to do with this, right? Because the clips on this side that they're going to cut it, edit it, put it out there, the audience is going to go at it. You're going to see the polls. You're going to see the reactions. You're going to see who's going to be better editors. Nowadays, the better editing team, creating better clips in a fast manner with the right music, with the right creative, B-roll and things you add to it. Trump's camp's a better marketer. They've always been better marketers. The other side has no clue how to do marketing.
But maybe the bar is lower for Biden. I mean, you see these clips of him daily drooling and mangling names and identifying his sister as his wife. And
you're running a company. You see a guy that's been with you for 5 years. He's doing a good job. He's at work. He does 60 hours a week. Stand-up guy, effort, attitude, teamwork, innovation, results, competency, specialized skill. He's got all that stuff. Then all of a sudden, he goes from being a performer. Maybe he's got 1 or 2 people reporting to him. You make him a VP, and has got 35 people under his division. And then all of a sudden, you see him become a tyrant and a dictator. Like, wait a minute. Did it just happen overnight? Or was that always in there, but you were hiding it, and boom, now that you have the power, now you're abusing it, right? A lot of these people on the political side, deep down inside, someone offended them. A mom, a dad, a cousin, an ex, a friend, a professor, a teacher, somebody. And their way of seeking vengeance is to have control over other people. Lincoln said, you want to find out, test someone's character, give them power. These guys now have power, and they're showing what they're all about.
Like the people who were born in 1969, as I was, just a lot of them are just giving up. So what would you say as an employer and as an immigrant who made it here? What would you say to like a 22-year-old man who can't get a job, go to some stupid college, get some meaningless marketing degree, and you can't get a job? You're a white man, you can't get a job. What would you, and then they're on the internet all upset, they're not dating. It's like it's a disaster. I'm seeing it all around me.
Yeah.
What would you say to that kid?
Go, instead of pursuing a career, pursue a doer and someone to shadow. I don't think it's about you going and saying, I'm going to go be a realtor. I'm going to go be a business analyst. I'm going to go be a predictive analyst. I'm going to go be a VP of this. Why don't you go work for a person that's a prolific at what they do and go model them, go shadow them? That's going to be a better university for you than anything else. In World War, just like nobody wants to say it. We were already in a recession a year and a half ago.
How unnecessary is all this? How insane is all this? How does this help my family, my country?
It doesn't help your family, your country, but you have to go back to who the customer is. In order for the military contractors to make money, they need wars. In order for many of these other business models to make money, they need crisis. In order for a Vanguard or a BlackRock to get a $400 billion, I think it's Vanguard, but I do know it's BlackRock, to get a $400 billion contract to rebuild Ukraine, you need Ukraine to be destroyed to rebuild it. If Ukraine isn't destroyed, you don't need to rebuild. These are all great business models for these folks.
But you know how it ends. Inside the government.
Right. So
but that's not hard, is it?
No, it's not. But everybody is ambitious in their own way, some more, some less. But if you look at the profile of the top ambitious people, that they go in different routes. Okay, one is going to be fame. I want to be a celebrity. I want people to stop me and say, can I take a picture with you, Tucker? I want to do a selfie. Wow, I'm famous. Did you see this? That's ambitious. I'm going to be famous one day, right? Okay, great. Then the other one is ambitious. We're going to be millionaires. We're going to be billionaires. We're going to have all the money in the world. Okay, great. So one is fame. The other one is money. The other one is power to tell you what to do. Is their ambition what? Is it money? No. Is it fame? No. Fame is actually straight up, okay, cool. You want to be famous? Go do X, Y, Z. You want to make money? Go do X, Y, Z. But the power people, oof, you got to be very careful with them. If you and I go to a hotel, how do hotels make money? Let's just say you and I own a hotel with 2,000 beds.
Right.
Okay. When we get our report from the guy that's running the hotel, what number do we want at the end of the month? We want to know out of the 31 days this month times 2,000 beds, that's 60,000 times that these beds could have been rented. How many times were they rented? Okay. And say, well, you know, we were at 89%. Can we get it to 92%? So what do we need? We need people staying in our hotel to make money. That's our business model. The business model of a hotel isn't to have only 10% of the rooms being used. You need people to stay out. Okay. So what's the business model of hospitals?
I must be totally different, right?
Right. So we need those beds to be filled. And by the way, do you know the kind of numbers do you know what is a number one industry for the number one industry? You know what's number one? Hospitals.